praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai B'Shem HaRikakudash. Double honors to our apostle elders, which rule Great Millstone Wow, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom Wa Abba Ball. Alright, this trailer, which I'm going to play a little piece of it just to make a point. I recommend you go see this movie. It's from 1973. It's called Soylent Green. Alright?
What is the secret of Soylent Green? New York City in the year 2022. Nothing runs anymore. Nothing works.
Alright? So I'm not using this to make money. I'm doing this out of Fair Copy Act. You know, the Fair Use Copy Act. And I'm just using it for educational purpose. But this was supposed to be a movie that took place in 2022, and everything shuts down in America. Which this Golden City, America, is going to come to a standstill. The grinding is going to cease. All right, there ain't going to be no more jobs. There ain't going to be no more restaurants to go get the delicacies of Babylon. All right, everything is going to stop. It's going to be full of famine and plagues. All right, and that's why I wanted to play that part. When you go into that, it shows that. All right, so I recommend you go watch the movie, The Soylent Green from 1973. 2 Esdras 15 verse 5, Behold, saith the Lord. So this is the Lord doing this. And he uses angels and men to fulfill his will through his son Yahushai. Yahweh is the heavenly power. Yahushai is the Messiah. And Israel is his people. The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian, which has been scattered throughout the world of slavery. And the Edomite, the so-called white man, the red devil, the wicked that rule the world today, are the enemy, the ultimate enemy to Yahweh and his son Yahushai, and to them that dwell in heaven, and his elect, his Israelite, you know, because they've even destroyed 2/3 to a point of where they can't be saved. All right, 2/3 of the nation of Israel will have to die here in America because they've been destroyed for the lack of knowledge. All right, and who controls resources like food, like knowledge? The so-called white man. All right, the wicked that rule the world, and that's why the world is in a wicked state, and it's only getting more wicked. All right, the world's getting more violent under the red devil, the so-called white man. That's why the ones that are in our land, in the promised land, are counterfeits. They don't fulfill the prophecies. It says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, which is that so-called white man, the red devil, which the Lord is going to use to kill 2/3 of the nation of Israel in America because of their disobedience. And how are they going to do it? Through famine, death, and destruction. Alright? And they're going to bring famine, and they're going to make it mandatory that you have an implantable microchip put inside your body for buying and selling. If you accept this, this will be your condemnation. Alright? And you will have a place in the lake of fire, which is the nuclear destruction of America. After they make this device mandatory for buying and selling. It says in verse 14, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Alright, talking about the earthlings. For the sword, the so-called white man, and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Which you're going to have skirmishes in the low level in neighborhoods in America. You're going to have civil war, race war, sex wars, whatever form of war you can imagine. It's going to be here in America. There's going to be war for food. All right? But then eventually it's going to go to a nuclear war where you're going to have nations shooting missiles on nation. All right? And you're even going to have a war in heaven. All right? Where Yahweh Shai and his angels come to fight the devil, the so-called white man and his angels, which is his military. All right? So this devil is coming down knowing that he has great wrath waiting for him. So he's going to come down with great wrath knowing that he had but a short time. This is all part of prophecy. And it ain't no coincidence that in 1973 that they produced a movie, Soylent Green, the Soylent Green, all right, which everything stops in America in 2022. And then all of a sudden, coincidental, right, it's coincidence that you have all these businesses shutting down in 2022 and 2023. It's all planned. And the plan, the mastermind goes back to Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh uses Yahweh Shai to control angels and men, whether they do good or whether they do evil. But at the end of the day, America, which is Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed by nuclear destruction after they make that implantable device mandatory for buying and selling. Alright? And then the heathen that survives, starting with the so-called white race, your Illuminati that is going to be hiding in the bunkers, alright, are going to be taken into captivity under the Israelites. And they're going to go into captivity for 1,000 years. All the heathen will, and then the Edomites will be made extinct after that 1,000 years. All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham HaRukakudash. Double honors to our apostle elders, which rule great millstone well. And shalom to the hopeful elect. May you endure to the end. Shalom wa abba babal.